Among the many things you need to know to keep your job is what to say at the office water cooler. It's a skill, and in addition to being a comedian, I also have had a few hundred water cooler discussions myself. So, now I will help you figure out what to say with the aid of these two conversationally challenged office workers, okay? We'll start with a topic that was dormant for a few years, but it's hot again. Hot, hot. President Bush wants to go back to the moon. Anytime space exploration is on the news, someone in your office will say something like,
"Why are we spending all that money in space when we have more pressing problems right here on Earth?"
This topic has never been solved, so avoid it by comparing it to another news story.
No, why is it we can send a spaceship 93 million miles away and we can't figure out what's going on with 9 inches of Kobe Bryant?
See? You got him. Now let's see what you do if your coworker brings up a topic that you feel is kind of played out.
Did you see Michael Jackson at his arraignment? What a circus!
Here's what you shouldn't say.
I don't know if he's guilty or innocent, but he shouldn't be sleeping with young boys.
And here's what you should say.
Hey, did you hear that Kmart is having a Michael Jackson sale? Boys' pants half off.
Jokes keep you above the fray. If you don't know any, do what the pros do. Steal them off the internet.
What did the mother at the beach say to Michael Jackson? "Excuse me, but you're in my son."
Unfortunately, jokes won't help you with the most dreaded of all water cooler situations, the political confrontation with a mean coworker who demands a response.
Everybody says Saddam Hussein is the new Hitler, but I think the real new Hitler is Bush. Don't you?
What do you mean by Hitler?
No, never ask that bastard to define his terms. If you aren't sure how to respond, take the focus off by referring to someone else in the workplace.
You know who the real new Hitler is? Larry from accounting.
See? That takes the heat off you and puts it on Larry from accounting.
Oh, yeah? Well, I'm Larry from accounting.
Hey, Colin, what do I do now?
Tell him you didn't mean that Hitler. We'll be right back. It's a good break, got the white ball right in. All right, according to Newsweek, male ball waxing has reached alarming proportions. Waxing started with women, so what's another aspect of female life you'd like to see men adopt? Greg.
Colin, there are several aspects of female life I wish I could incorporate into mine. I wish I enjoyed the sound of meaningless chatter enough that I could talk about Sex and the City for hours instead of agonizing about the mortgage. I wish I could torture and murder my father just by introducing him to my new fiancée, Todd Lynn. But mostly, I wish that when I was puking drunk in college, my friends would have helped me to bed and brought me aspirin and water instead of peeing on me.
All right. Todd Lynn.
Colin, I would like to adopt all the responsibilities of a female in a male-female relationship, because to my knowledge, there are none. I like the pleasure of never paying for anything when we go out on a date, and I don't ever want to cook anything ever. And I'd also like to be sent flowers and apologized to for being wrong in an argument, but I turned it and twisted it around so much she feels bad for upsetting me about something she was completely right about.
All right. Kyle Grooms. Kyle Grooms.
I would like to see men adopt the freedom to cry openly without judgment. I mean, it's socially acceptable for a woman to cry. People would support her, but when a man hurts, people say, "Suck it up. Take it like a man. Stop acting like a biatch." So we hold our feelings in and develop ulcers, and our blood pressure grows, and women can cry themselves out of a speeding ticket. If I tried to cry myself out of a speeding ticket, the cop would beat my ass like Rodney King.
All right, James Norton.
Well, boss, there are actually two things that I'd want. First, I'd like men to give birth just so I could finally call my mother and say, "Yeah, I do know what you went through with me, and it's overrated." Secondly, I wish men had the luxury of getting our periods. You spoiled girls don't know how lucky you are. I'd love to have 1 week a month where people expected me to be the fat, cranky, bloated pig that I am all the time anyway.
Well, why stretch it down when I can do it over there, no? That's our show, folks. Good night, I'm gonna go over there.
Tonight on the show, you had Todd, the angry black guy, and Kyle, the calm black guy. Was that a calculated booking?
No, there were no calculations on the show. I think our record speaks for itself. Our inconsistent record speaks for that. Obviously, no one's put any thought behind anything on the show.
Are we going to see any more of your unemployed family members on the program?
Well, yeah, I think Dylan's going to be back on because John Kerry's doing good. He lucked into that one. I didn't appreciate the comments about my family's, genetics.
You notice tonight you opened the show with a clip of Dick Gephardt crying.
Yes.
You yourself have had some hard knocks in your business.
Oh.
Any advice for Gephardt?
No, I mean, just do what I did. Just scoop it back up, take a writing job somewhere, and then, kind of Machiavelli your way back into the top.
Greg Giraldo had another smart, strong show. He went to Harvard. Does that get in the way, in your opinion?
I think that I don't think that Harvard helps Greg's sense of humor. I think the fact that he grew up in Queens and went to Regis High School is why he's very funny. It has nothing to do with Harvard, because let's face it, I worked at SNL.